All right, here we go. What we're doing is we're talking about ellipses now, the conic section known as an ellipse. And we're doing problems where you're given some information about the ellipse and you're asked to solve the equation. And like I said in the previous problem, I would always start these by going ahead and graphing the information you've been given. See if you can get a picture of what the ellipse looks like, and then go ahead and just use the information on the formula sheet to guide you from there. Once again, I have been given vertices, so we'll go ahead and graph those vertices. X is negative 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, and positive 4, 0. And so right away, again, we saw this in the last one, because I'm going negative 4 on the x and positive 4 on the x, vertices are the major axis. Here's what I know. My major axis is horizontal, right? It's oriented horizontally with a center that is the origin, right? The middle of those two vertices is the center. So right away here, I know that my center is 0, 0, and I have a horizontal orientation. All right. Right away, just that tells me which equation or formula I need to use off of my formula sheet. Since it's horizontal, 0, 0, I need the one that's x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared. And then my foci, because, you know, they're there, we might as well throw them in here. Let's see, that's going to be a foci right there and a foci right there. So there's a focus, there's my other focus, that's a vertex, there's my other vertex. And like we said, we already know which equation we need. We need the x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared is equal to 1. All right. Well, let's go ahead and see how this goes. Again, we just looked at this. We know that the vertices are represented by A, right? So since I have a vertice at 4, 0, that means that A has to be equal to 4. And since the foci are represented by the value of C, the distance from the center to the foci is C, that means that C is 2. Actually, here's a great point. Let me stop and make this note. Distances are never negative. So even if you were to measure the distance from the center to this focus, which is at negative 2, 0, distances are never negative. We always take the absolute value. So either way, whether you measure from the center to this vertice or this vertice, the absolute value is 4, and distances are always positive. Or if you measure from the center to this focus or that focus, you're measuring a distance. You take the absolute value of the number, you get 2, no matter which one you measure to. Again, the distance from the center to the foci is C, distance from the center to the vertice is A, distance from the center to the co-vertice is B. Right? So A, B, and C, know what those distances mean, and we'll go from there. So now I know A, I know C, guys. This is just like the last one. I need to use the Pythagorean Theorem. C is equal to A squared minus B squared. Take the square root. Well, C is equal to 2, but I'm going to need to square it, so that's going to be 4. 4 squared is 16. Subtract the 16 to the other side, which is going to be minus 12 is equal to a negative b squared. So b squared is equal to 12. That's right. That's what I get. B squared is equal to 12. And now that I know A and I know B squared, right, I can go ahead and actually here, let me go ahead and give you A squared would just be 16. And check it, make sure, right? We know that A needs to be bigger than B. Well, A squared is 16, B squared is 12, 16 is definitely bigger than 12, so everything checks out. Pretty sure I'm doing this right. We'll go ahead and write our equation. Again, it is x squared over A squared, so that'll be an x squared over 16 plus y squared over B squared, and B squared is 12, so y squared over 12 is all equal to 1. And that is the equation for the ellipse represented by the information I gave you based on those vertices and that foci. All right, guys, hopefully you're getting the hang of these at this point. Please feel free to work ahead and come on back and check your answers. But again, you're just using the information given to you right there on the formula sheet. figure out what A, B, and C are. You will probably need to use the Pythagorean theorem to do so, but it's labeled for you on the sheet. So head on over to the next page of the notes. We'll take a look at the next one together. I'll meet you guys there.